Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I trade Forex, specifically support and resistance. That's what I use for this strategy. So I'm just going to get straight to the point. The first thing I do is go on the dollar, check what it's doing. Really just looking for what trend we're in. If we're in a downtrend or uptrend, that's going to set my bias for all these other pairs. So like pairs against the dollar, if it's going to do the opposite, and pairs with the dollar, they're going to do the same. Um, So we're gonna look at AUD here, um, and just run through how I mark up my charts. So I go on the daily time frame. We do time frame analysis top down. We go daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, then 15 minute or 5 minute to look for your entry. We look for our entries on the 15 or 5 minute time frame. Um, But first, start off on the daily. Mark out your daily highs and daily lows, like I do here. So I use this daily high and this daily low. Now, why are these daily highs and lows important? Because they're highly likely to reject. So this was our previous daily high. We come up to it and we reject it. Now, where are we estimated to go? To back down to that daily low. So that's how we're gonna look at things. And if we're looking for longs, let's say in right here in time, we're looking for longs. If we're close to this daily high, you're gonna want to be a little skeptical about that because again, we can reject off that. So you want to be very careful about that. Now the next thing we do, go into the 4 hour time frame. This is where we identify our trend. So basically here we're in a downtrend, obviously, so we're looking for sells. Sells is our bias, like just across the board. You know what I'm saying? Sells is our bias. After that, we go into the hourly time frame, and this is where we start getting our zones in. So I marked up this zone. So again, we're trading support and resistance. In a trend, wait, let me undo this. In a trend, this is how we typically move, right? We come back to this previous high and then we move higher. That's typically how we move in a trend. So this is where we're looking for our buys, and then a downtrend, it's the opposite. This is where we would be looking for our sells. So all you have to do is just mark out the support zones. I usually mark out two in case we break out the first one. Then we could catch at the second one. Now keep in mind, if we break the second one, most likely reversing the trend. So keep your eye on that. If you break two zones, don't take no trades. Just wait and let the market do its thing. But if that doesn't happen, you're typically just waiting for a retracement into these zones, and you're looking for an M. This is what you're looking for. And what you do is you put a trend line and wait for that breakout. And then stop losses are going to be at the high of the M, and then take profits going to be at the hourly lows. And I'm going to show you how this looks. So after the hourly time frame, mark up the charts. So in this case, we're downtrending, looking for sells. Mark out those zones. And back here, we were uptrending, and this is how we caught these longs. Um, use this zone right here in the 5 minute time frame. Let's go back down here. 5 minute time frame. Got that W. So, and if we're looking for buys, we're looking for a W. If we're looking for sells, we're looking for M. That's the best way to simplify it. So, little W right there. We did get a breakout. You do want to wait for that open and close candle above the trend line before you take your entry. So, this candle right here is the entry. We were a little late, but I seen it happen, so I just took the trade. You know what I'm saying? But we realistically could have got an entry right here, right on this candle close. You want to wait for that because sometimes we do break over it with this candle, but we don't open and close over it. So it does fake people out. So you do want to watch out for that. And then this long we kind of just took. We seen it. I seen it breaking out of here, and I was just like, okay, we're gonna, price is just gonna rip up. Ended up catching this pretty nice trade. Um, and then back here with another retest, caught this long. Now with this short, they catch a short here. It was in a previous support zone. Got this M, got the breakout, and basically just targeted the hourly low. And how do I set these trend lines? I basically, if we're doing it from the top side, I'll do the bottom of white candles, right? So I do the bottom of white candles. Um, and then if I'm looking for buys, buys, basically going from the top of black candles. So, or whatever color they are on your chart, but for me, they're white and black. But this is how I do it. I do it from wick to wick, black candle to black candle, and that's how you get those entries. And that's basically it. It's a pretty simple strategy. So what I like to tell people when I'm teaching them, so like in this case, we are looking for a pullback to this zone right here. This is a pullback we're looking for. So I would just leave an alert at this zone. So once it gets hit, I get notified, and then I start looking for a trade. One rule I set myself to is no alert, no trade, because we shouldn't be taking anything else. And again, this works perfectly on gold. Um, I did go counter trend, which I'm gonna talk about that in a later video on how you could catch retracements up to those zones, but you do not want to trade the retracements when you're starting off with this strategy. You just want to take the easy pieces you could get. You know what I'm saying? Don't get greedy. Just take the easy pieces you could get, and that's basically all you need to do. If you have any questions, you can let me know. But other than that, I'm out.